Hey guys, I just wanted to come in real quick and talk to you guys about this Janet Jackson documentary that came on over the weekend on Lifetime. Welcome to my channel. This is BZ, and I just wanted to come at you guys because I thought the documentary part one and two was very interesting. I must say I enjoyed part two better than part one because I think it dropped maybe a little bit more light on her current situation than part one did. I think that was maybe just an overview of what we've already seen, like in the Jackson movie. I think it was called American Dreams. I thought Janet looked beautiful. I thought she always was beautiful. It was nice to see the old photos of her from back in the day with her natural hair and her just a beautiful young woman. I was really surprised to find out that she really didn't necessarily want to be a singer once she became a teenager. She wanted to go to college. I was a little sad that her dad didn't really let her explore that avenue because he was so focused on the Jacksons as a family just being musical that they never really was able to step out and find their own identity. Don't get me wrong, he's the type of dad that he had a vision for his children. They said that's the number one thing that a father should have for his children is to have a vision for their life. But you also have to have the forethought to know that they're their own individuals and you really can't live vicariously through them, or you shouldn't. She loved her father. You could tell it broke her heart when it came time for her to separate from him and do her own thing with Jimmy Jam and Terry Lewis, but of course that was later. Um, I was surprised to know that her husband James DeBarge, I didn't remember that he was allegedly strung out pretty much on, I think she said pain pills and whatever other drug paraphernalia he was, hooked on, allegedly. It was sad because that was her first love, apparently, and she said that she did pretty much everything she could to, I guess, try to keep him off the streets. She would drive through the streets late at night looking for him and just never really could help him get his drug problem under control, which would have been a lot for a woman of her age at that time. I think she was only 18 when she married him, so it was just a lot for her to have to take on, being that was her first love, and she was innocent, as she said. She just didn't grow up with that in her life, so she really didn't know how to deal with that. Also, she was married to a second husband. His name was Renee. I don't recall his last name, but I do remember when they were married, and he was very much involved in her career, probably too much so, being that they were married and, you're living with that person constantly and you're working with that person constantly. It was just a lot to take on, and they started morphing into each other. They were so close. I mean, when you saw her, you saw him, and vice versa. And I think he became more and more involved in her career as they stayed together. I think they said they were married for like 9 years, which was shocking to me. I don't remember her being with him that long. He too allegedly started getting involved with pills and whatever other type of drug activity he may have been into, and that kind of dissolved the marriage eventually also. And then really we haven't heard from him since they broke up, so I don't know what he's doing right now. I've never seen him since that divorce. And I know she had to give him I think a pretty large settlement because he did manage her career or help manage her career. So that was husband number two. And then husband number three, she didn't mention at all. She didn't call out his name. She didn't show a photo of him. She didn't talk about her life over in the Middle East with him. She mentioned her baby, Issa, and she never showed a picture of him, but I think she wants to keep him out of the limelight, which I can understand, being that she's under so much scrutiny all the time because of the Super Bowl fiasco, Nipplegate. Like they say, it's a nipple, people. Let's move on. You know, it's been a long time. The woman has suffered so much behind this ridiculous whatever it was. They said it was unplanned, it was an accident. If it was an accident or a stunt, whatever, she's paid her dues. People ostracized her, they criticized her, they blackballed her, they took away her commercial with Coca-Cola behind it. It was it was just team too much, you know. And yes, I think it was because she was a woman of color. And I think it was because a lot of people had to axe to grind because of Michael's history with child abuse allegations, you know. And like she said, it was guilty by association. I believe that's absolutely 100% possible. That's what happened. That's what went down. Um, like I said, she never mentioned her third husband's name or anything. So maybe she's under some type of stipulation in their divorce where she can't discuss their marriage or divorce. So I don't know. Also, I was surprised about her relationship with Jermaine Dupri. He said he was with her longer than any of her marriages, which I found that surprising because I know that they were together, but I never knew it was that long, you know, because you never really saw them on multiple occasions together. You just heard about them dating and whatnot, but it was never publicized as if it was a real deep relationship, you know. And he did admit to cheating on her in the documentary, and you could tell she hesitated to confirm that. Basically, I guess she still feels a little loyal to him because supposedly they're still friends and they have a cordial relationship. But you know, my take on it, he was a hot producer at that time in Atlanta. He was probably feeling himself because he was with Janet. He know probably in real life he probably couldn't have gotten Janet, but by him being a hot producer at that time and they ran maybe in similar circles, he shot his shot and he got her, and you know he abused that right by cheating on her. That was his foolishness because bruh, it was Janet Jackson. Okay. She said she loved him, or she seemed like she loved him, and they said that, well, he said that it probably would have gone as far as marriage had he not stepped out on her. So that's bad, you know. I mean, they could have probably had a beautiful relationship because he said he's pretty much a quiet person. He's not confrontational, and neither does she appear to be. But they did say that she stands up for herself, you know. So it was just surprising to me that he stepped out on her. I mean, you know, it happens. I get it. It's Hollywood, you know, but bruh, it was Janet Jackson. I want to know what you guys think. Do you think he was cray cray for stepping out on Janet Jackson when she apparently was in love with him, and she said that he only would spend maybe uh, a couple days with her and she wouldn't see him for a month at a time? He was in Atlanta, she was in LA. You know, he wouldn't really make the effort to come out and see her that much, and she basically had to pretty much chase him from what I remember about it, you know. So what do you guys think about that? And what do you think about her not mentioning her her recent divorce from her third husband? And what do you think about Janet as a whole, as far as the Justin Timberlake fiasco? Her saying that she's moved on and she's forgiven him and they talk and they're friends and people need to get over it. She's gotten over it a long time ago, and she told him not to speak out on it. She basically took the fall for him. Maybe it was because she was in the game lot longer than him, and at that time he was still a young artist, and she just felt some type of loyalty to him. I don't know. she wanted to protect him in some kind of way, but he still, once he became a man, a grown man, and he realized how much she had lost, he could have spoke out. That's how I feel. He could have spoke out on her behalf. He could at least took the 50-50 on it or something, but he stayed silent until recently. I think he did apologize, but that's when the heat got so bad. He probably had a heads up this documentary is going to come out. Let me try to get ahead of it a little bit because it's going to drudge up people looking at me again and wanting to find out why I didn't speak out. So I think that was a Hail Mary on his part. What do you guys think about that? Do you think that she's still protecting him? Do you think that she was wrong for kind of covering for him in a way, if that's what you think happened? Or do you think she really did plan the whole thing and it was her fault? And she's trying to mitigate the damages by saying, well, I kind of just told him not to say anything, I want to know what you guys think because I know this is an old story and I'm kind of for real sick of it in a little bit, in a way, but I want to put a button on it, And to me, she kind of put out her statement really quickly on this documentary and she moved on. It wasn't in depth, like what happened with the planning, whose idea was it for him to rip the what do you call it, bustier off, or was it a collaboration between those two? Was it just something he spontaneously did on his own? Tell me what you guys think, so we can pretty much end this because I don't want to hear about it again. I also want to know, what do you guys think about who would you have cast as Janet Jackson if they ever did a movie about her life story? Because this would be nice on the big screen. So tell me, who would you cast as her and Justin Timberlake? I want you guys to really give me some comments on that, okay? And I just want to thank you guys for tuning in. I don't want to make this too long because I think the horse has been beaten to death on it. But I thought the documentary was excellent. I thought part 2 was excellent. Part 1 is that it was okay. It was stuff I already knew, But it was excellent part 2. And it was nice hearing her old music again also. So you guys hit me up. I pray that you guys will like this video. I'm really trying to get some numbers up. And I really want to be more consistent in videotaping these. So listen, give me a thumbs up. Hit that notifications bell. Please subscribe. See me on the next video and give me those comments. I love you guys. If there's anything that you see coming up that you want to talk about or you want me to review, I'll be glad to review it. I'm an avid Love and Marriage Huntsville fan. Love it, okay? That'll probably be my next review, I must say, once they come back for the season. So if there's anything else out there you guys love and want me to talk about, I'm here for it. I'm also watching, I just got into Yellowstone. I know that's kind of off the wall, but it's pretty good actually. It's the #1 show on cable. And I've been watching 1883. Excuse me. What else do I watch? That's pretty much it right now because everything's gone. I mean, Atlanta's off right now. Waiting for Married to Medicine to come back, those kind of things. So if there's anything you guys want me to talk about, let me know. Love you guys. Thanks for watching. I'm BZ. This is my channel. Y'all come on back. Bye.